Beautiful people, this is Tatianna Tarot hitting you up with another tarot energy forecast of the week, December 12th all the way to December 18th. We're almost done with the month. Look at that. This week is going to be lit because we have a full moon, I believe a super moon in Gemini on the 13th. So it'll be really interesting to see what the spirits have to say, what we can expect. I'm really getting a lot of positive vibes. I usually do regardless, but it seems to be like there's a shift in energy. It seems to be like in the beginning of 2016, our whole lives were in shambles, and now it's clearing out. We're getting that wave to kind of filter through and stay in 2016 as we make our way into 2017. So I'm really excited to see what the cards have to say. I'm going to be using the Ghetto Tarot by Elise Smeets, based off of the Rider-Waite deck. And I've been rocking with this Doreen Virtue Angel Therapy Oracle cards. I'm going to be using that as the Oracle confirmation for the week at the end of the video. And I've been so stoked in using this because it's been really ridiculously accurate. Normally I don't use that many Doreen Virtue decks, but this one has been calling to me recently. I've been using it after my sessions with clients, and it's been really resonating with them strongly. So I wanted to share that with you this week. For those people who don't know what I'm doing or have been watching the video for the first time, welcome. I do tarot readings. I'm also a ritual practitioner who do voodoo and santeria. I don't necessarily incorporate that into the videos as of yet, but that's my side thing I do for personal client work and what have you. And so what I normally do with these videos is just pull out a card or two for every 2 days of the week. I'm still confused as to what I actually do. For 2 days of the week, consulting spirit for the highest good of all involved to see what it is that we can expect for this week on an emotional, spiritual level. What's going on in our subconscious, what we should be made aware of, and any energetic blockages that we need to work through or shift for our best benefit will be revealed through the cards. So it's modern therapy, and it's not so modern because it's a very ancient practice. Divination's a very ancient practice, but the way that I use it is in a practical way. It's not just woo-woo predictive art. I wanted to kind of resonate with you and see how you can facilitate change for the better through the messages, through the storytelling, and hopefully motivate you to, achieve greater things and access, your greatest potential, so to speak. So let me channel here and get this deck. Before I get this deck, I kind of want to put on an oil. I'm in New Orleans, and there's this Botanica F&F Botanica that has the most amazing oils. I'm in love. Okay, so I'm going to use this in 7 African Powers. I'm using money because I've been pulling a lot of money cards in my daily tarot meditations, which you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram or on my personal blog at myurbanillumination.com under the spirit blog section. Every day I do a brief little reading. I call it tarot meditations, and that's almost like the video of the week in the sense that we just want to see what's going on for that day, anything that you need to be made aware of that day, what the spirit message is for that day. So it's been coming out a lot has been coming out in regards to money, to prosperity, to abundance, how to create more, how to be grounded so that you don't lose your grip in creating more, reminding you that you are abundant and all that jazz. So I pretty much anticipate that coming out again this week. This I'm gonna leave and read because when cards fall out like that, when cards fall out like that, I don't think it's a surprise. It's most certainly a message from the divine wanting to kind of jump at us to let us know what is going on. So for the highest good of all involved, spirit, I ask that you come out in love and light for us to receive any information, any messages, and anything that can provide us clarity, guidance, and insight into our week for the highest good of all involved in love and light. I ask that all our ancestors join us, our higher selves join us, the Orishas, the Aloas join us, higher ascended masters, angels, and what have you. I thank you in advance for your consultation, for your guidance, and for your light. And I thank you for allowing me to be the vessel in delivering this work, because it is quite pleasurable for me. So thank you, Spirit, once more. And for those that are watching, you guys are more than welcome to whip out a journal, anything that you most need to kind of write down the message so that it resonates more with you. If you get any ideas, anything that pops in your brain, you might want to write that down, because it's also Spirit communicating to you through the video as well. Being that we're channeling your ancestors and any deities and laws and orishas and spirits that you may particularly work with or around you without you knowing, they're going to come through for messages as well. So it's just good to have something on the side to take notes and see how your week corresponds to that. I want everyone to kind of take a couple of deep breaths and relax and focus on the task at hand right now, which is my shuffling, and focus your energy into the deck and just kind of visualize your energy being consumed by the deck here, so that I can pick up on everyone's energy. Okay, Spirit? So for Monday the 12th and Tuesday the 13th, what is it that we need to know on a conscious level? Okay, I'm taking this. What is it that we don't necessarily know subconsciously that needs to be brought to our attention in love and light? This one as well. Mira, I said it. Okay, so before I actually go into Monday and Tuesday, the 12th and the 13th, like I said before, there were 2 cards that flew out, and that is Spirit kind of giving us a message regardless. So, oh, my teddy's in the back. Hey. So, yes, so those 2 cards are the Knight of Brooms, all right, and the High Priestess. All right, so really powerful cards. The Knight of Brooms is, look at the imagery in this card. It is very self-righteous. It's a sense of, appointing yourself to do whatever it is that you need to do to be on top. He already believes he's on top. He's on top of a car. But this is self-belief. This is motivation. This is acceleration. When we're getting knights, it seems to be like a message. I'm here to provide a message. Brooms in this deck is corresponding with the elements of fire, and that is acceleration, passion, spiritual development, ambition, hunger. The Knight of Brooms is ready to do what it takes, really. And so he's on a mission. This is about speed. So lots of fast things happening this week. Lots of interesting developments on a positive scale. The Knight of Brooms, I would say, is if you were stuck in any particular area in your life, you may start seeing things change. You may start seeing a shift in movement. You may start seeing things developing in your favor. The Knight of Brooms is hungry, okay? He's ambitious, and he's not going to stop until he gets what he wants. And I believe what's fueling this ambition is a strong sense of self-belief, and maybe a strong sense of gratitude. Like, I've already gotten this far, so what's going to stop me from getting all the way up here? Nothing is really preventing you from being your greatest sense of self except for yourself. And so the Knight of Brooms has no barriers, okay? And this is something that we need to be mindful of, because although it is inherently a very positive card, it can lead to impulsive behavior. It can lead to people doing things without really rationalizing what they're doing, talking without thinking about what they're going to actually say, and if they're going to say anything meaningful. I mean, before you jump into the fire, before you jump to get what you want, you should execute a plan. You should know what you're doing beforehand, so you don't get into trouble, or you don't waste your energy and your time pursuing something that really isn't in your favor. So you want to make sure that you scale back. I mean, we this is not only internal acceleration. I do feel like on an external scale, maybe on a astrological level, things will be speeding up. Now we're getting into Mercury retrograde, or I believe we may already be in Mercury retrograde, so maybe not so much in terms of like messages and transportation and technology happening in your favor, but you never know, because the Knight of Brooms wants to get it done regardless. And so things are gonna be fong 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 fong. The doors are gonna be open for you. This can also be like a legwa eshu papa legba card, where the doors are open and he's allowing you to access your riches within a portal frame, within a time frame. So that also came out, but excuse me, the High Priestess came out as well. Huh. So the High Priestess has a lot to tell us about our intuition, our sense of empathy. Can we relate to other people? Can we be compassionate to their needs? Really trying to understand where other people are coming from. And maybe you don't necessarily have to have a conversation with that person. You don't have to ask and verbalize, oh, where are you coming from? You know, you might be able to feel them more than ever. She is our deep feminine side. She is our wisdom. She is our higher self. And so the High Priestess comes out with a lot of occult information, metaphysical information. She's your intuition. So this is strong, especially when the Knight of Brooms is coming out. It's saying something here like pay attention. Maybe there's something that you're missing, that you're lying to yourself, you're not seeing. You may be picking up on intense dreams, intense in coincidences, um, and intense feelings, but not necessarily paying attention and taking action on it. You need to take action on what your intuition is telling you, because the Knight of Brooms is like, you know what? I got the green light. I'm gonna move forward with this. Okay. And yes, I told you to be rational about it. I told you to think about it in advance. But when the High Priestess is coming out, that's your higher self. So she sees everything that's going on. It's not just like kunk, laser vision, one way only. She sees 360 what's in your best benefit, and this is you, this is your higher self. So this is not so much about rationalizing, it's about trusting your gut, it's about trusting your instinct and moving forward with that. We're seeing progress, thank goddess. We're seeing progress and we're seeing acceleration here, especially as we're moving into 2017. I really strongly feel, based on all the people that I've been reading recently, based on what I've been pulling for myself, based on what I've been feeling, I really feel like 2017 is fuckate lit. It is going to be like, bam, you went through all these roadblocks and now there's nothing in your way. You can drive smoothly. You can enjoy the ride. You can enjoy the view. You're an expert driver now. As a result of 2016, 2017 is going to be tremendo, really amazing for you. So that's kind of segueing into this new year. It's saying more than ever, a lot of things that have been happening have not been rational. And it's like the universe has been training you to trust yourself, not to be like, finding validation externally or second guessing your gut, or holding back on your own personal magic. Is saying move forward with that. This is about creating yourself. This is about your life. This is about your independence. What is it that you need to say to the people? What is it that you need to take a stand for? What is it that you want? What is it that you're hungry for? What's holding you back? Like, there should be nothing holding you back now. And if there is, you should be taking action on that, because I bet you're getting information in some way. The High Priestess can also bring mystical occurrences to you. Spirit activity may be high, or you may be taking an interest in divination or the occult, or learning about these things. It may benefit your life in some way. It may provide extra motivation. I'm not extremely savvy in astrology, but I want to know what's going on with the stars so I can plan my business accordingly. I can plan my personal life accordingly. I know when to hit Trakata. I know when to release the tarot scopes, or I know when to do this. I know when to travel. So this may add fuel to the fire, getting deeper into the unknown and the mysteries of life, and teaching yourself a little bit of this may really work to your best benefit. So don't hold back. Teach yourself. This is the age of information. Everything is accessible to you. You shouldn't be like, well, like ask a friend. Don't be ignorant. So it's definitely telling you to put your feet forward, like to move forward, at all costs, and to not be afraid anymore, to not be afraid of this sense of this vast potential you have in yourself that you're tapping into, and kind of go with the flow and trust whatever pops up along the way is to help you along the way. So for Monday and Tuesday, the 12th and 13th, consciously we are pulling the Ace of Brooms, not too dissimilar from the Knight of Brooms. Ace of Brooms, Pam, fire. Something here is popping on a literal scale. The Ace of Brooms is like an unexpected discovery. It is putting fire underneath your ass. It's telling you, do what you gotta do. If you have an amazing idea that you want to put out there, if you want to leave your job, if you want to move, if you want to start a relationship, if you want to end a relationship, if you want to start a new lifestyle, this is the motivation you have to do it. This is the green light. This is the sign that is saying, yes, please go. Go do it. Ace of Brooms can be problematic, can be a lot of fire energy there. Okay, so fire energy is also, like I said, impulsiveness, may lead to anger, may lead to frustration, may lead to a little bit of sassiness. But if you check yourself well, if you channel that energy in the right stream, it can be creative. You can take this excess energy and work out, make a dance, make a video, take some pictures, be creative, draw, start a business. So there's different ways to kind of manipulate this energy that is coming in. When I'm saying if you're not mindful of it, it can channel itself in negative ways. Or if you are, it can channel itself in positive ways. And when you're getting the Ace of Brooms, you can travel far within a short amount of time. So with this extra fire energy, shit can really happen. Things that wouldn't normally take, yani, like 3 to 4 months can happen within a week or two. So it's all contingent on how you want to steer this energy. It's gonna be there. You can't avoid it. So you might as well use it to your best benefit. Okay, Ace of Brooms, new development, new passion, great sex. Ace of Brooms can be a very sexual card. Sexual leads to sex leads to creation, not necessarily the creation of children, but that energy, if you're not channeling it in the physical way, can be utilized in different aspects as well. You may be feeling yourself. You may be feeling a little bit more daring and ballsy to do things that you haven't done before. And this would be recommended. Getting out of your comfort zone is kind of what's being embraced by this card as well. So what is it that we don't see? What is it that is stuck in our subconscious and we're not quite aware of? Ace of Pentacles. And this is an amazing card too. Pentacles is the gold coin with the pentacle symbol representing all the elements and spirit, representing totality, protection, and wholeness. This is phenomenal. In our psyches, we may be longing for some stability. We may be longing for some progress, for some, I want to see something grow consistently here. So not only do you have the drive and the passion, but inside of your gut, you're not looking to change from that. So it's not like you have ADD or ADHD where you're jumping from one thing to the next. It's like you're going to plant this seed and you're going to have this extra juju to make sure it goes to where it needs to go, above and beyond what you may have expected for yourself, which is really amazing. It really depends on what you want to do. The sky's the limit. The Ace of Pentacles can mean new financial adventures, positive news with prosperity, physical prosperity, investments. It can be the starting of a relationship, the starting of a dynamic partnership. that's not going anywhere. Consistency, dependability. We're when we're dealing with the pentacles, we're dealing with earth, we're dealing with the real, we're dealing with the physical realm, what you can plant here and see bloom to your fruition. So what is it that you're planning to create with all this fire, with all this excess energy? We're getting fire and earth. So those are really two great combinations in the creation of things. Now, it's really important to know on the subconscious level that because we're getting earth, it can be very slow moving. It can, you want to be careful that you're not being stubborn with things. You expand your state of being, expand your mind. It can be very rigid, so you may be very rigid about something, or hold a rigid belief system, or not really want to see the truth about a situation. The Ace of Pentacles does ensure growth, and so you really if you're now ready to burn things down and start over and grow in the way that you want to grow. Plant new seeds, and sometimes you've got to destroy the crops before in order to make a new garden or add more crops that you didn't have, that are going to be much more beneficial and much more beautiful for you. Ace of Pentacles, are you giving me any more information? I would say investments, learning new crafts, learning a different angle to the way that you're living, gaining a better foundation. This is a card about foundation. So getting a better foundation in your perspective, a new belief system that's really working, eating right, establishing healthy lifestyle, a healthy mentality, learning how to take care of your finances in the right way where they're giving back to you, where you're profiting more than you've ever had before. If you're worried about work, this can bring on new clients. This can bring on new innovative ideas that lead to money. It's not necessarily physical money, but it can bring on that energy that supports the abundance and the prosperity that you want. So that is for Monday and Tuesday, the 12th and 13th, Wednesday and Thursday, the 14th and 15th. What is it that we have in store? Wednesday and Thursday, Spirit, 14th and 15th. Consciously, let us see what is in store for us. Bam. Subconsciously, this week is a warrior week. Okay, warrior week. Getting rid of what you do not need. Preparing yourself for next year. Just really not backing down from challenges. Mira, that's subconsciously. So, damn, it is money. I told you. And it's coming in our subconscious. So, I mean, considering that 2016 was pretty much a fiasco, it was a slap in the face. What are you not doing right? What are you ignoring? What are you doing right? Who can you trust? Who can you not trust? How does that mirror the personality that you have, the belief systems that you have, and how you're going to rectify that moving out into 2017? Because when 2017 comes, you're going to come correct. It's not going to be teaching you such harsh lessons anymore, because you should have gotten a wake-up call this year, the whole year. Okay, so on a conscious level for Wednesday and Thursday, 14th and the 15th, we're getting I need 2, 4, 6, 7, the 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Wands, you get a lot of fire energy. Wands, brooms, fire. Okay, this can go both ways. I'm seeing a lot of resilience. I'm seeing like, listen, I'm here to stay. And if I gotta let y'all know that I'm here to stay, then it's gonna go in any direction. And I'm gonna do what it takes for you to recognize my energy and for you to respect that. So this can be a very self-respecting card. You may have to fight for what's yours. You may have to defend yourself vocally for what's yours. You may have to figure out different avenues to get what's yours. You got to be innovative. You got to be on your toes. You got to stay moving. So this card is that sense of resilience. It's a sense of I'm not backing down from a challenge. I'm not afraid of myself anymore. I am not afraid of my potential. I'm going to do anything. Even if it makes me look crazy, still going to do it. It's my prerogative. I'm going to do it. So, and this is not something that, I don't feel like it's something that you wake up with and it's like, okay, I'm going to do that. It's something that's been boiling up until this point where you're kind of having a crack or a realization that, whoa, I'm the only one that's holding myself back. I just need to shift my perspective a little bit and kind of approach that angle in the right way. It may also be opposition from people. Seven of Wands, Seven of Brooms. People not wanting you to do what you need to do. People not necessarily respecting the choices that you have. We have free will. You can do whatever the hell you want. Make sure it makes you happy and respect others along the way. But this may be opposition. Like if you want to quit your job and somebody's telling you no, you have the best job. What are you doing? You're like, I'm not happy. I'm gonna do it anyway. Or you have a lifestyle that doesn't necessarily comply with that of your family or your lovers and whatnot, and you gotta honor your own spirit. You're ready to fight. You know what I mean? Not in a literal sense, and I hope this doesn't kind of translate into, I'm gonna get out there and start a scene and be ratchet. Please don't. Um, if you do, we're normal. It happens to me too. But it is saying, most importantly, that you're moving with conviction, that you're very, very passionate about probably several things happening in your life. And if above all, this should be a sign that you should move forward. If you've been stalling, if you've been holding back, if you've been second guessing yourself, if you've been doubting yourself, just know that you have the strength and the perseverance now to move. So allow that to carry you very far, because that wavers, our emotions waver, so we don't know what we're going to be pulling for next week. So this week should be really groundbreaking week, especially for this full moon. This full moon is adding extra energy to us, so I'm not surprised that all this is like intense energy. Whereas in the conscious realm, we're getting a lot of fire, we're getting a lot of acceleration, we're getting improvement, but we're also getting that don't fuck with me energy, you know? And in the subconscious realm, we're getting a lot of grounded. I know who I am. I am centered. I know what I need to do. I'm all about progression. I'm about growth. I'm about my health now. I'm about putting myself first. And I'm about consistency. So I'm really ready to put in the work day in and day out. And of course, for Wednesday and Thursday, 14th, 15th, we're getting the King of Pentacles for the subconscious realm. What we do not know, what we do not see, what we do not know we're made of. King of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. What is your daily routine? What is your belief system? What are your affirmations? What is it that you look at? What are you consuming from the energy around you? What is your sense of nourishment? The King of Pentacles already knows this equation that makes him successful. He is successful. He's the king of money. He's the king of creation. Okay, but he does things in a way that is very thoughtful and meticulous. He's very intention oriented and he's very meticulous, and he's a visionary in the sense that he thinks like 5-10 steps ahead. So he's doing this day in day out routine that's establishing success and victory for him. But not only is it for him, the King of Pentacles is in a forest, so it's like it's feeding everybody. It's an ecosystem for him that's very efficient, because he's not the only one. If somebody else succeeds, if your team succeeds, you're succeeding with them. So you got to feed each other. You got to make sure you got everyone's back. Everybody's got each other's back. So this can be a community card. You're ready to find your tribe, or you really just want to involve yourself with a group of people that's just about that life. Supportive, loving, caring, innovative, thoughtful, dynamic. If that's the case, you guys are gonna go far. If that's the case, you're ready. I feel like for those that don't have that people, and for those that do have that people, it's going to come along your path regardless. And for those that do have that people, you're doing the right thing. Keep it up. Just be mindful of what your choices are on a day-to-day basis. Every little choice will lead to something. So, cause and effect. Cause and effect. So what is it that you're doing that's affecting you in some type of way? Is it positive? Is it negative? How are you feeding your garden? You got to be hyper attentive to your garden, meaning your creations, meaning your choices, your thoughts, your emotions, your projects, your physical projects, what you're creating out of your life. What is it that you can do so it can grow? Maybe it needs a little bit more fertilizer. Maybe it needs a little bit more sun. Maybe it needs a little bit more water. Maybe it needs another plant friend. King of Pentacles, again, we're getting a little bit of stubbornness. So that can be, I'm about it. I'm too cool. I'm too cool to involve myself with other gardens or something like that. And don't be too cool. You can never be too cool, okay? So the King of Pentacles needs to sometimes learn about humility, needs to slow his roll and know that he needs to establish a beginner's mind, that everything is a lesson, a learning experience. There's always more to learn. There's always a way to be more efficient, and always a way to, there's more than one way to eat a Reese's. There's more than one way to execute something. So you do not know it all. Even though you may be hyper successful, amazingly successful, it's not the only way. So I think the fire, the flames that we're getting is kind of telling us about progression anyway. So that may not be a problem. Being humble may not be a problem, but it's just a reality check to check yourself. King of Pentacles can be about long-term commitments. Is the way that you're living your life now, or the choices that you're making on a day-to-day basis, are they going to be, they're like commitments, but are they leading you to something greater in the future? Can you see it? And the King of Pentacles is all about visualization. So of course, full moon, we're ending the year. Go do your vision boards. Go do your vision boards and have a field day and see what it is that you want to create and manifest, and go listen to creative visualization. Because that's what he like sits in his throne. He's not that active, this King of Pentacles. He's more like a leader, and he wants to bring out the best in people. And he could be a little bit of a hermit, working indoors and all that stuff. And the King of Pentacles can also bring up health things, eating greens, eating rich fruits and vegetables, getting good clean air, surrounding yourself with nature, being hyper meditative. It could be a time where you're contemplating many things, okay? Contemplating many things. Just be mindful of what it is that you're thinking, if your thinking is actually benefiting you in any way. King of Pentacles can also mean a wise man. It could be a father, a mentor, a spirit that is around you, that is supporting you. Very artistically inclined, or a great businessman. Someone who is savvy about that world, that is leading you. It could mean that you want to be successful in business too, or you just want to have your passions. You want to profit from your passions in some way, and it's very possible. I mean, if it's in your subconscious, if it's down deep down, magnetically, you're attracting these opportunities that are going to allow you to save more money consistently. There's going to allow you to really root your work, and you'll see progress along the way. Really super effective, where it feeds the community. You're providing a service. You're seeing changes around you. So you don't need to stress out about that. It's all about divine timing at this point. I mean, you've got the motivation to make that path for you, instead of being like, oh my God, what path am I going to go on? I think you're ready now to create it for yourself, instead of being a victim, instead of complaining, instead of acting like you're lost. You're like, well, I'm going to find a way. I'm not going to pretend that I'm lost. I'm going to find out. I'm ready. So, what is it that we need to know for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? The 16th, 17th, and 18th on a conscious level, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 16th, 17th, and 18th consciously, we are aware of. Hold on. And subconsciously, we are aware of. Cool. Yep. Us, all pentacles in our subconscious. All pentacles. That's not a surprise. I said it in the beginning of the reading. I felt like it was going to be like money making week, or money making month. January is definitely, I think 2017 in general is just going to be like, bam. You know, all your blood, sweat, and sweet tears are now growing these beautiful flowers. Consciously, we're getting the moon. We have the full moon on the 13th. It's effective for about 3 days. So until the 17th, you will be reaping the rewards. Got to do some personal research on the full moon and our effects. And I will be writing a blog on this, which you can find on my website, again, on Instagram and on Twitter. I'll be offering affirmations and a ritual and telling you about the emotional, psychological, and spiritual effects of this moon on you and how to best benefit from it. No coincidence that this is coming out for the weekend, so you will probably be seeing the results of this full moon this coming weekend. Okay. So the moon is a couple of things. The moon is very alluring. The moon is about mystery. The moon is about hidden secrets being revealed to the surface. We can't help it. It's a gravitational pull. We're made out of water, and the moon influences water. That's why it's a very emotional card. Sometimes we can't control our emotions. Pay attention, forgive yourself, be gracious, be compassionate, but know that things are kind of coming up to the surface to be revealed, to be cleansed, or maybe, depending on how this new moon, this full moon influences you, maybe things are being revealed to the surface to benefit you, so you can take it and run with it. Not always full moon or moon cards, they're not always negative. It can be heightened psychic activity, heightened intuition, just in the nick of time, you needed a solution for something, it appears out of nowhere. Or you get an inclination, you get this gut feeling to do something. The moon sometimes takes us where we don't want to go because we have to. For our growth, we have to go to those areas that are our shadow sides, that causes pain, that causes anxiety, that causes us grief. It is always for your best benefit. So it's not something that you want to be resisting. And I think you're ready for it anyway, because the other card was the Seven of Brooms, and it's saying I'm ready for any challenge. I'm ready to meet, what's in my destiny. I'm ready for my destiny. I'm ready for my future. I'm ready for my fate. The moon can definitely bring you all the resources you need to best benefit on your path. So be mindful of that. On a subconscious level, we're getting the Three of Pentacles. Amazing. The Three of Pentacles is about teamwork. It's about establishing better plans for the future. It's about networking, getting your face out there, being seen. With the moon and the Three of Pentacles, I think it's inevitable. I think the moon is going to magnetize things to you that you're paying attention to. Like, oh, wait, I have this idea. I need to put it out there. And people automatically find you alluring or attractive, or this idea attractive. And you should not be holding back on your thoughts. You should not be holding back on any sort of expression or articulation. I do see the Three of Pentacles as a leadership card, but it's also a card of building. You're now ready to put down the first bricks to your new foundation and building this temple. and building this community and building whatever it is that you're building. You're now ready to put the work, but don't hold back from your genius. Okay, this definitely showed that you have something to offer the world, and this is also, completely shifting your body, your mind, and your soul. You're rebuilding from scratch, taking notes, learning from others, cooperating with others, going to social events, sharing ideas, supporting, networking, exchanging information that is valuable, exchanging services, exchanging wisdom, exchanging knowledge. Three of Pentacles is, can mean office work, more work coming to you to benefit you. People wanting to work with you, people wanting to rock with you, um, interesting offers, um, really, really, really great stuff for you this week. The moon can be like, whoa, how did I manifest this? This is crazy. I'm manifesting all this opportunity here. So, write it down, make it real. Write it down in your new moon notebook. I have one here. People ask me, can I consecrate that? Yeah, go pray over it. This is my new moon. I put some oil, whatever's going to make you feel happy and Gucci, whatever. Do it. You're like, not like the spirituality isn't like a step-by-step process. You do whatever the hell you want. But you can keep a new moon book of intentions. Oh shit, this is my new moon, full moon. Excuse me, we're getting into the full moon. This is a new moon book. You could keep a full moon book, okay? I consecrated it with a little prayer here. Then I bullet point, like I'm already writing it in the present tense. Like I write, like it's Braille. You can't really read it. It is a cute handwriting. I tell you, I love my handwriting. I don't care if y'all can read it or not. But the point is that I'm already like visualizing all the stuff, and I mean all the stuff, like who I want to meet, who I want to rock with. Oh shit, look at that. Bam, what is this? Only the prepared speaker deserves to be confident. I didn't know I had that in there. I told you they follow me. New moon in Leo, new moon in Gemini, what I'm releasing, what I'm attracting. What I'm grateful for, because that's bringing more to you. What kind of decks I want. Okay, wait, I went, now I'm like, oh, this is the deck that I'm going to create. This is the photo project I'm going to be doing. Oh, shit, I got to revisit this. This is the oils that I need to be making. Sexual tarot. Oh, with all that fire energy, you best believe that's probably coming out. Anyway, this is just an idea for you. Write it down, because we want so many things and we cannot possibly in our small brain keep track of all the shit that we're trying to manifest. If you write it down, yes, it's going to come true. I'm a firm believer that it's going to come true. Pero at the same time, you can track underneath that little bulletin. Oh, so and so happened today, bringing me one step closer to the manifestation of this intention, this goal. I met this person that's connected to this. They know all about this shit, so they're going to teach me one step closer. Oh, I just saw this TV program on tarot decks. Oh my God, the universe is hearing me. Shit, I'm going to write that down. So it's just keeping you aware of how the universe is conspiring to help you, and how, how real it is. Coincidences and synchronicities are real, and it's just kind of training your mind if you write it down and keep track of that. Just like you can write down and keep track of your spells, of your rituals, if you're rocking with that world, of your, tarot sessions. Like I said, keep track of these videos. Like, it's all information, so you just want to jot it down and then revisit it a week later and see how your life kind of rolls with it. But anyway, lots of amazing progress, lots of positive cards. I'm very happy. Lots of magic this week. So learn what your magic is and offer it to the world. And don't hesitate to ask. Don't hesitate to ask your homies in heaven, or people who have passed away, your ancestors, your egun, your spirits, your spirit guides, the angels you like, the spirits you like. Take initiative on that stuff. I'm gonna be rocking with the Angel Therapy by Doreen Virtue. Doreen Virtue, Angel Therapy. What is it that we need to know for this week? What's in our best interest? These cards are whimsical. Let's go. God box is something everybody's been getting. Hold on, I want to pull out two. Bam. Psychic week, powerful week. Okay, so I pulled out two cards. And the first one is the God box. Listen up, okay? Because this is a very important card. It's been falling out for almost every one of my clients this week or the week before. Very important. Write any worries, concerns, or desires on a piece of paper that you put into a special container called a God box as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. Espérate. Bam. Right into the page. The angels want to relieve you of the burden of worry by giving you a physical method for releasing your cares to heaven. Writing down your prayer, requests, or worries for divine intervention is an effective way to work in partnership with gods and the angels. You can write something short or lengthy and you will receive the same results. What matters most is that you write from your heart and then give the paper to heaven symbolically by either burning it, which releases it, putting it in the freezer, which stops the situation from progressing, burying it, which helps with emotional healing, or putting the paper in the God box. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you the action steps. God boxes are time-honored tools for gaining peace of mind and answers to your prayers. If you don't already have a container specifically for use as a God box, now is the time to buy, make, or designate one. Choose an ornate container that evokes a sense of the mystic or the majestic. For instance, a royal purple box or one decorated with crystals may speak to you. Ask your angels to guide you to a wonderful God box and then follow their guidance to find or make the container that's right for you. Place your God box where you can easily see and have access to it. Is in tandem with what I talked about, writing things down. This is your week. Make shit happen. And the second card is third eye chakra. It is safe for you to see the energy of love in all of its forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. Okay? This card comes to you in response to your questions about your future. You have visions about yourself and you're wondering whether they're real or mere imagination. Well, the angels assure you that you are having accurate insights and they wish to encourage your visual spiritual gifts. You have natural clairvoyant tendencies governed by the energy center located between your two physical eyes, which is known as the third eye chakra. The angels send clairvoyant messages that you perceive in your mind's eye as shapes, colors, mental movies, dreams, and so forth. Or you may receive their messages via your physical sight, such as in recurring number sequences 111, 444, and so on. Lights and moving objects, or through signs and symbols, including feathers, rainbows, clouds, and coins. The angels wish to help you fully awaken your third eye and understand your psychic visions. They're guiding you to notice and trust all that you see with your inner and outer vision. Here are the action steps. Sit quietly and say, Archangel Raphael and the angels of clairvoyance, I call upon you now to surround my head with your healing energy. Please clear my third eye of any old fear energies, entities, or other blocks or intrusions. Inhale and exhale deeply while the angels perform their psychic surgery to address your spiritual sight. Keep a journal of your visions and ask your angels for help interpreting them. Ashe, thank you, Spirit, thank you. Mauritius, thank you, Lois, thank you, Papa Legba, thank you, Ancestors, Higher Self, Higher Ascended Masters, Angels, and all that is involved for the highest good. Ashe. I thank you for rocking with me this week and being patient while I make these videos. Also, I'm in New Orleans. If you want an in-person session, I'm living here now. Okay, I'm not in Brooklyn. I'm not coming back for a hot minute. So if you want an in-person session, email me or book one directly on my site, myurbanillumination.com, under the Work With Me tab. My email is urbanillumination@gmail. Okay, and we can establish a schedule or a time for you to meet me in my office for the in-person session. If you cannot have an in-person session, that being, you can access me through Facebook, not Facebook, FaceTime, Google Hangout, phone, or Skype, okay? Again, you could book it through my website, so everything is kind of readily available through you to you there. Read the website, please. Don't be ignorant. Don't just click things. I don't just click things. Read the website. There's a step-by-step procedure on how to connect with me, and I will help you along the way. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Snapchat. Tatianna Tarot with 2 N's. I thank you so much. I hope you're rocking this full moon and taking it where you need to go. I'm sending you all the love and kisses in the world. Ashe. Ciao.